Hi, I'm Patrick Risley, pastor and teaching elder at First Pres Fort Lauderdale, and welcome to this week's version of This One Thing. This is where we take a look at one of the lectionary passages for this upcoming Sunday and see if we can learn something from it. Well, this week we're going to look at Acts chapter 9, verses 36 to 43, which tells the story of a woman who lived in a small coastal village along the Mediterranean Sea. Her name was Tabitha, and she was a very active and beloved member of the Christian community there. Tabitha had a reputation for helping others out in any form they needed, and she was known for her ability as a seamstress for making tunics and articles of clothing for members of the community. She was also a benefactor to both the poor and to the church. Now, how do we know all this about Tabitha? Well, we learn it from the people who were attending her funeral. Listen to a portion of the scripture in Acts chapter 9, verse 36. Now in Joppa there was a disciple whose name was Tabitha, which in Greek is Dorcas. She was devoted to the good works and acts of charity. At that time she became ill and died, and when they had washed her, they laid her upstairs in a room. Now since Lydda was near Joppa, the disciples who heard that Peter was there sent two of the men to bring him with the request, "Please come to us without any delay." So Peter got up and went with them. And when he arrived, they took him to the room upstairs. All the widows stood beside him, weeping, showing the clothes that Dorcas had made while she was with them. And Peter put them all outside, and he knelt down and he prayed and turned to the body, "Tabitha, get up." Then she opened her eyes, and seeing Peter, she sat up. Friends, that's the word of the Lord. You know, funerals are a time when people get together and share mutual stories and memories about the person who died. Like Tabitha's friends, people are eager to share with family members how much their departed family meant to them. I remember a funeral I conducted, and the adult son of the man who died rose to the lectern to speak about his father. Most of what he said was how much he and his dad partied together, drinking beer. And without my knowledge, the young man reached up under the lectern and he pulled out 2 bottles of beer. And he walks down to the coffin, he puts one on top of his dad's casket, opens it up, and then opens the other and chugs it in front of the congregation. It was a first for me, I will say. And it says a lot about the deceased. It says that I only know him now as a man who did not raise a son with good etiquette, as well as he probably raised a son who was a problem drinker. Nothing like Tabitha. Beloved, what are people going to say when you and I die? Are they going to remember us as disciples who served on behalf of others and are benefactors for the larger community? Or will they compare our lives to the surrounding culture? Let's ponder about how we want to be remembered in this life. And then let's plan on making it come true. Friends, have a great weekend.